IJM Productions proudly presents Mountbatten's Marvels in association with Sunrise Pictures and
Ow, 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 ow.
Whack-A-Mole Entertainment
Ow, 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 ow.
to bring you Strange but True. Have you ever wondered what happens when the sun goes down? Now, documented proof. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Oh my. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that burns. That burns. The Hoover Dam was one of the 20th century's architectural marvels. It was constructed from 1931 to 1936. And in all arenas of construction, there are accidents and serious injuries. 96 people died during Hoover Dam's construction. The first was a topographer named George Tierney. While surveying the land, he drowned in the Colorado River on December 20th. The last person to die associated with the dam's construction was Patrick Tierney, George's son, also on December 20th.
Accident in Ohio. Today, the number of cars in the world has long exceeded 1 billion, and traffic accidents are not rare anymore. After all, there are a lot of causes, and no matter how dire the consequences, every road accident is part of the statistics. So for modern people, the news about 2 cars colliding in Ohio in 1895 doesn't seem particularly interesting. It happens every day, and not just in Ohio. But this story would not have been on our list today if not for one detail. The fact is that at the end of the 19th century, the automotive industry was just beginning to develop, and in Ohio there were only 2 cars, and somehow they managed to not fit on the road.
He's only just out of reach, down the block, on a beach, under a tree. I got a feeling there's a miracle due, gonna come true, coming to me. Could it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good. If I can wait, something coming, I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be grand. With a click, with a shock, funnel jingle, open the line.
You're ahead of me. Pepe, watch me, not the music. And if you make a mistake, we'll go back. Right? You know this. When you look at the music, you sing wrong words. Just look at me. 4 bars, D4.
Did you know that all blue-eyed people have the same ancestor because they have the same gene sequences for eye color? I wonder if Ancestry.com knows about this. Ooh, I wonder if we have anything in common. The smallest inhabited island in the world is located in upstate New York and is called Just Enough Room. Well, that figures. I see a house and a tree and a couple chairs. What I don't see is a boat. In 1386 France, in a town called Falaise, a sow was hung to death for the murder of a child. It was given full legal representation and provided human clothing for the trial. But in the end, the pig didn't say anything about the murder, but he denied the clothing. And in England, during the Napoleonic Wars, off the coast of Hartlepool, there was a shipwreck, and the only survivor was a monkey, reportedly dressed in a French uniform, supposedly to provide amusement for the crew. The locals, concluding he was a spy, held an impromptu trial and hung him. They even wrote a song about it. They tried every move to make him speak. They tortured the monkey. Too loud he did squeak. Says Yen, that's French. Says another, it's Greek. The fisherman hung the monkey-o. In all likelihood, it was a boy that they hung. During this period, children were used to prime the cannons with gunpowder, and affectionately called powder monkeys. Did you know that German chocolate cake has nothing to do with Germany? It was named after the American baker that created it, Samuel German.
Coming.
Come.
Coming.
Come. What am I
Saying coming.
John, please don't do this. Don't give elocution lessons over the microphone, okay? Silly man. Madden.
Did you know the most remote ATM is located in the Antarctic at a research facility?
Really?
Yes, really. You need cash down there? What the heck are they going to buy? Where are they going to spend it? Did you know the state of Wisconsin has the same number of bars as does California? I wonder who came up with that stat, and how they went about counting, and if they were sober at the time. Oh, anyway. The population of Wisconsin is 85% smaller than California. So if you do the math, that's one bar for every 1,862 Wisconsinites, as opposed to one bar for every 11,962 Californians. Can one deduce from the stats that they like to drink in Wisconsin? Does the state of Wisconsin take in more revenue from DUI arrests than California? I wonder if the alcoholism is proportionally as high. I know where I'm going to party. Road trip! Trivia time! Do you recognize that song? If you don't, shame on you. If you do, you know that's Popeye the Sailor Man, along with his girlfriend Olive and his arch enemy Pluto. But do you know the name of his 4 nephews? I'll give you a minute. Okay, time's up. That would be Popeye, Pip-Eye, Peep-Eye, and Poop-Eye. And if you got those right, we need to hang out together more. News from around the world. The country of Morocco is ruled by the Alawite dynasty, who claim to be direct descendants of Muhammad. Their second ruler, Ismail ibn Sharif, who ruled from 1672 to 1727, is reported to have sired the greatest number of children ever recorded, 867. One can only assume with more than one woman. You've all heard the stories about special clairvoyant connections that identical twins are reported to have. You know, feeling each other's emotional states, finishing each other's sentences, those sorts of things. Some twin connections are so empathic that they have sought out and married other identical twins. But if you think that's beyond coincidence, wait till you hear this. Identical twin boys were born to a couple who put them up for adoption. Two completely distinct and unrelated couples adopted a boy each and raised them completely isolated from each other. Both parents named their child James, that is, Jim Springer and Jim Lewis. Both married women with the name Linda. Both had a son named James Allen. Both were involved in law enforcement. Are you shaking your head yet? Wait, I'm not done. Both brothers divorced their wives and married women named Betty. And both owned dogs named Toy. I'd love to meet these two men and ask them if they have any strong feelings about lottery numbers. Twins. Go figure.
Take 130.
I don't have numbers, Maestro. I'm sorry about that.
I'll sing it for you. Come unto me.
131.
Come unto me.
Could it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good. If I can wait, something coming.
You went to G major instead of F major. Also, if I can wait, you're not waiting. You're...
Well, maybe we should break and listen to it.
Why not? Why not? Let's take a break.
Let's take 10.
Will it be? Yes, it will. Maybe just by hope.
Just scheiße.
It'll be there. Come on, something, come on it. Don't be shy, be the guy.
Pull up a chair.
Up a chair.
Amen. Get it.
That's why I wanted you to hear this.
Stop.
Now what?
I'm afraid we need a retake.
Yep.
John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, two of the founding fathers of the United States of America and best of friends. Both were influential in creating the Declaration of Independence. 50 years after signing that document, both died within minutes of each other on July 4th, 1826. Edgar Allan Poe wrote a novel called The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket, which depicted 4 shipwreck survivors who eventually killed and ate a boy named Richard Parker. Several years after Poe's publication, a yacht called the Mignonette sank, and left 4 survivors. The 3 older survivors eventually killed and ate the cabin boy, whose name was Richard Parker. Bermuda, a British territory, approximately 1,000 miles off Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Described as having a subtropical climate, thousands of tourists visit it year-round. In 1975, a man was killed while riding a moped in Bermuda when he was hit by a taxi. 1 year later, that man's brother was riding that same moped and was hit by a taxi and killed. It was the same taxi driver who killed his brother, who was carrying the same passenger at both times.
Could it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good. If I can wait, something's coming. I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great. With a click, with a shock, funnel, jingle, donnel, knock. Open the latch. Something's coming, don't know when, but catch the moon when headed.
Getting ahead. Can we start on the G major something, the second ending, in other words. Bar 63.
Okay. Bar 63, take 135.
Something's coming, don't.
Right on it, huh?
Something's coming, don't know when, but it soon catch the moon when headed catch. Around the corner, or whistling down the river. Come on, believer, to me. Will it be? Yes, it will. Maybe just by holding still.
Still. Okay, I think we've got that. Have you got what you want?
Yeah, I think we have.
Okay.
We hope that you have enjoyed this week's edition of Mountbatten's Marvels. Tune in again next week. See you then.